Welcome to my channel where we explore humanity's potential doom scenarios with a smile. Today we're tackling a question that keeps me up at night. What would happen if we discovered a 100-foot tall turkey? And before you ask, yes, this is the kind of content my college degree prepared me for. Let's start with the basics. Your average wild turkey stands about 4 feet tall and weighs around 24 pounds. Now, when we scale that up to 100 feet, that's 25 times larger. We're not just dealing with a turkey that's a little cranky about Thanksgiving. We're looking at a creature that would weigh approximately 375,000 pounds. That's roughly the weight of 150 cars or one really unfortunate parking garage. The discovery would probably happen the way all great disasters begin, with someone posting blurry footage on social media. Guys, you're not going to believe this would trend worldwide as shaky phone videos show what appears to be a moving skyscraper with a waddle. The first responders would arrive expecting maybe a weird weather balloon or elaborate prank, only to find themselves face-to-face with a beak the size of a small aircraft. But here's where turkey biology gets terrifying. Turkeys can run up to 25 miles per hour on the ground. Scale that up with longer legs, and our 100-foot friend could potentially hit 35 to 40 miles per hour. That's faster than most people drive through school zones and significantly more terrifying than any crossing guard. The real nightmare fuel comes from turkey aggression patterns. Male turkeys, especially during mating season, are notoriously territorial. They'll attack their own reflection in car bumpers, thinking it's a rival. Imagine a 100-foot tom turkey spotting its reflection in a glass skyscraper downtown. We'd have the world's first case of a bird trying to fight an entire city district. And speaking of mating season, turkeys gobble to attract mates and establish dominance. A regular turkey's gobble can be heard from a mile away. A 100-foot turkey's gobble would register on seismographs. The sound waves alone could shatter windows, set off car alarms across 3 states, and probably cause at least one person to think the world was ending. Which, to be fair, wouldn't be entirely wrong. The initial human reaction would be predictably chaotic. First, denial. It's gotta be CGI, everyone would say, even as the turkey casually steps over highway overpasses. Then anger, mostly directed at whoever was supposed to be monitoring for giant poultry incidents. This is why we pay taxes, people would shout, as if the Department of Oversized Livestock was a real thing, with a real budget that they definitely cut last fiscal year. Military response would be swift but confused. How do you brief soldiers for turkey combat? Remember your training, men. Aim for the waddles and watch out for the spurs. The Pentagon would hastily convene the Joint Chiefs to discuss tactical approaches to poultry engagement. And somewhere, one general would unironically suggest psychological warfare through giant speakers playing eagle sounds. Scientists would immediately begin arguing about classification. Is this a mutation? Genetic engineering gone wrong? An undiscovered species? Some grad student would inevitably suggest that it's just a regular turkey that got into experimental growth hormones, leading to the awkward conversation about who exactly has been experimenting with turkey growth hormones and why nobody thought to mention the potential for kaiju-sized results. Media coverage would be a circus. CNN would have a countdown clock. Turkey Watch, Day 3. Fox News would blame it on government overreach somehow. MSNBC would find a way to connect it to tax policy. And TikTok would be flooded with videos of people trying to feed it increasingly ridiculous things. Day 12 of trying to give the giant turkey a Pop-Tart. The stock market would crash as investors panic about the poultry industry implications. Turkey farmers would be simultaneously terrified and oddly excited about the marketing possibilities. Our turkeys may be regular size, but they're giant in flavor. Butterball's PR department would be working overtime to distance themselves from any responsibility while secretly wondering if they could somehow trademark giant turkey for next year's Thanksgiving campaign. Religious groups would have field days with interpretations. Some would declare it a sign of the apocalypse. Others would claim it's a divine message about gluttony and Thanksgiving excess. At least 3 new cults would form specifically around turkey worship, and someone would definitely start selling giant turkey survival kits for $19.99 plus shipping. The tourism industry would be split between terror and opportunity. Hotels near the turkey's location would either empty out or fill up with gawkers. Someone would inevitably set up a gift shop selling "I survived the 100-foot turkey" t-shirts, and there'd be a food truck serving turkey sandwiches because humans have absolutely no sense of irony when it comes to disaster capitalism. International relations would get awkward fast. Other countries would either offer assistance or make jokes about American food portions finally achieving sentience. The UN would call emergency sessions to discuss large poultry protocols. And someone would have to explain to diplomats that, no, this is not a new American weapon, and yes, they're as confused as everyone else. But perhaps the most human reaction of all would be the immediate formation of online communities. Facebook groups like 100-Foot Turkey Spotters and Giant Poultry Preparedness would gain millions of members overnight. Reddit would have 17 different subreddits arguing about turkey behavior predictions. And someone would create a Wikipedia page with citation-needed tags on every single claim about historical giant turkey incidents. The discovery phase would end with humanity doing what it does best, overcomplicating the situation while simultaneously underestimating the actual threat. We'd have committees to form committees to discuss the turkey, while the turkey itself would probably just be looking for a really, really big pile of acorns and wondering why all these tiny creatures keep making so much noise. The long-term economic impact would be immeasurable, but one thing would be certain: humanity would adapt, profit would be made from the chaos, and someone would definitely try to franchise the experience.